it's Jessie. Today I will be reading Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. So if you didn't watch my Way of Kings reading diary videos, I am reading the Stormlight Archive for the first time, and I figured I would share my thoughts as a first-time reader in these like video diary entries where each one will cover one part of one book in the series. So Words of Radiance. I've been, I don't know if you can see my gum wrapper bookmark in here, but I've been a little bit naughty and I've already started it, but I will talk about what I've read there in just a second. So just update you on my thoughts at the end of the Way of Kings. I don't like Adolin. Dalinar's on thin ice. The rest of them are great. Kaladin is my child and I will hurt anyone that hurts him. What else? I think Shallan has a shard blade. I think despite his protests, Kaladin will eventually get a shard blade. I think Renarin might turn into a villain at some point. I think that's the gist of it. Go ahead, I will link my discussion with Ben, I guess, at the end of the series if you're interested in, or at the end of Way of Kings, my discussion with Ben about my thoughts there if you want to see like full thoughts on that. But so Words of Radiance so far. I've read the prologue and the first chapter, so I'm not super far into it. Thoughts so far. The prologue was from Yasna's perspective and I loved it. I love the way she thinks. I love that we see her like processing and the way she thinks through things. I thought it was just so good and I want more of her perspective. I don't know if that's something we're ever gonna get or if she's gonna continue to be this like supporting character to Shallan's arc, but I really like her perspective. I really enjoyed that. And I kind of like the giving us the same events from the prologue of the first book, but from a different perspective, and I assume he'll keep doing that, so I assume we'll get a Dalinar one and an Adolin one. I'm not really sure who else they could do, I guess. Ooh, a Navani perspective. That'd be interesting. Anyway, so I assume that's what the rest of the books will have for a prologue, or at least for the first 5, and I'm excited for that. The other thing, is this supposed to be Kaladin? This is unrelated. Is this... He's not... Yeah, it's definitely Kaladin. He's got the spear and... I have some questions about the complexion choice. Anyway, so then the first chapter was Shallan's perspective, which was, oh man, a doozy. I love that we get some more Spren information. I thought, well, I mean, the most exciting, interesting world building aspect of this entire world so far has been the Spren, so I'm thrilled that we got to see more of that. Shallan and Adolin. I feel like I should have seen that coming. I don't know why it was such a surprise to me. Also, from the prologue, that tiny, almost Yasna and Amaram, teeny tiny little thing, super gross. Anyway, and oh my god, she's getting more and more Lady Trent-like as the time goes on. Shallan is her bullying, if we're gonna be honest, the ship captain into letting her see this thing. And like on one hand, I absolutely love it. I love that she's so set on like wanting to see these things, that she's gonna make reckless decisions in order to like advance her knowledge. I love that. I love that in a character. I don't know that I like that she's going to be a bully about it, or that she's going to be... She's becoming more arrogant as she tries to model Yasna, and I'm not sure I'm gonna like that for her. I'm hoping that'll level out to she ends up with a nice confidence, but I'm worried she'll end up annoying me. But so far, like, you know, it was cute. Anyway, those are my thoughts so far. I'm gonna update you. I don't know how regularly I will. Last time I tried to update every like 50-ish pages. I might do for more every 100-ish pages, or just whenever something interesting happens that I feel like it's worth talking about. But I'm excited to get into this. I wasn't expecting it because I was still kind of iffy on how I felt about Way of Kings, but I'm really excited to be getting into Words of Radiance. Alright, so continuing on with part 1. Oops, my bookmark's in the wrong spot. And by bookmark, I mean gum wrap. You know what, right now, let's pick another bookmark. Those are stickers. JordanCon 2020 it is. This is a relic. Anyway. So I am this far into it. I've just finished chapter 4, so now I've gotten a little bit of perspective from everyone I'm gonna get perspective from. Let's see. Still not a fan of Dalinar. I think I kind of like him less now. His relationship with Navani gives me the creeps. Navani, sorry. Gives me the creeps. I know he doesn't care about his dead wife. I care about his dead wife, and there's something about the fact that he can't even remember his wife, and I don't know, it makes me uneasy. This sweater, when you can't see it in person, looks kind of like pajamas. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with that, and now that his arc is so about his relationship with her, I'm iffy. Kaladin, I don't know about Kaladin either right now. I don't know that I like him in power. It's really terrible. I hope I don't want him to be downtrodden all the time, but I don't know. There's something about this whole thing that's making me uneasy. The tattoo scene, so cute. Bridge 4 is still a delight. Theoretically, I think like if he wanted to actually get the tattoo, he'd have to just not use Stormlight for the entire time it takes to heal, so it'd have to be like for like 2 weeks probably, because like the scar's still there, so it clearly doesn't heal scars. So like he could totally get a tattoo if he really committed to it, but whatever, let him keep his brand, whatever. Was there another Shaolin? There was another Shaolin point of view. Oh, right. So the Shaolin point of view was her creating this creature that's going to be her Spren companion. So I guess like all of the Radiants have Spren companions. That's pretty neat. You know, Kaladin has Syl, and Shaolin gets a squiggle. So there's that. Honestly, the fact that Shaolin's Spren that she's bonded to is a lie Spren really says a lot about her character. Like, she has a lie Spren. Kaladin has an honor Spren. Yasna has... Did she say what hers was? Is it like a secret Spren or something like that? I don't remember if she said what hers was. No, she said he didn't like being talked about much. Ivory, such a cute name. But I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think she said what hers was. Based on her personality, I don't know, some sort of secrets would make sense. Knowledge of some sort would make sense. I don't know. But that's where I'm at. I am definitely liking it a lot more than Way of Kings, if only because now I see where the story is going. But we'll see how it continues. So this is me, let's see. Why doesn't it put page numbers? I'm like 80 some pages in, so it's not quite been 100, but I wanted to update you now that I've seen everybody. I think I'll probably update you every like 5-ish% of the book might be a better way to go with it, but I don't know. See you next time. Okay, I've been sitting on this for like 23 hours because I read it before bed last night and didn't have time to do anything today, but I am read through chapter 10. So, that far. Gosh, so much has happened. Okay, where do I even start? Let's start with Shaolin and Yasna to get it out of the way. I don't for a second believe that Yasna's actually dead. I just don't. I think my theory at the moment is that she soul cast something to look like her. That's my current theory. I don't know how that's gonna check out. But all I have to say about that is I don't believe she's actually dead. Cause like, kill her barely on screen. There was just like literally no emotional impact to her dying. Maybe I'm just in shock. I don't know. But I don't believe it. Not for a second. I'll believe it when I see her body. Because I mean, like, the guy stabbed her and then her body's gone, and like, I don't know, maybe they have to take her body back as proof, but that seems a little extreme. Why not just like her head or something? I don't know. Not buying it. Shalin, I'm even more convinced than ever now that she has a shard blade, because like we keep getting these hints about it. Pattern keeps telling her something about a blade. I'm a little more convinced of it. I just need it to actually happen so I can tell Josh that I was right. Josh. Anyway, so that's that. What else? This weird, so like the last little bit I read was that 6 years ago, first off, there was no reason that line needed to start that way, because my mind went immediately to terrible places. But Shalin, like, killed somebody. I don't know what's going on with that. Killed her mom or something. I don't know. Really, really interested to get into Shalin's backstory. Alright, okay. Kaladin, do I have anything to say about Kaladin? Not really. Dalinar is trying to start reform the Knights Radiant. I saw that coming. I'm just trying to figure out, there's supposed to be 10 factions, and I'm trying to figure out the 10. Because right now we have Yasna, Shalin, Kaladin. I'm assuming Adolin and Dalinar will both be there. Szeth. We're missing 4 factions. And I don't know who or what they'll be. And as of yet, we've seen no evidence. Well, I guess the visions, but other than that, we've seen no evidence that Dalinar or Adolin have any sort of special abilities. Adolin's young enough that I could be like, oh, they just haven't manifested yet. But like, Dalinar's an old man. I guess Navani could be another if we're just talking main characters, but that still leaves 3 we don't know. And I know there's at least one. Ben says there's a female character he loves that I haven't met yet. But we're still missing 2 orders. I don't know, guys. But I'm loving that we're getting more of that, like, world building and stuff. Alright, let me think if there's anything else. Not really. Oh my god. Kaladin views Adolin the same way I do, and it's just so vindicating to be like, Kaladin being like, spoiled rich brat. And I'm like, yes, you get me. Anyway, this was really a mess for a clip, but I just, yeah, needed to talk about that. We'll see how much more I read. I'm kind of focusing on the Dragon Republic right now and House on the Cerulean Sea. This is kind of like I read it when I'm not reading anything else. Although I've been reading a little bit before bed every night because I really like the right before bed reading and listening to the audiobook at the same time. It's a very soothing, relaxing experience, so I really enjoy that. So I've been getting through at least a little bit every night, and I feel like I'm going through it faster than I did Way of Kings. But who knows? Anyway, I'll probably do one more update before the end of part 1, so expect 2 more clips before the end of this. There's no reason for any car to sound like that. Anyway, see you soon. Words of Radiance part 1. Remember when I said this wasn't going to be a vlog and I was going to keep all these talks formal? Well, that was a lie because I need to make dinner. Anyway, if anybody's curious, I'm making spätzle for dinner, which is a thing I have done many times before at my parents' house. I've never done it, however, without a spätzle maker, so we'll see how this turns out. Anyway, Words of Radiance. So we had, I didn't realize we were so close to the end when I talked to you last. But we've only had 1 Shalin and 1 Kaladin chapter since then, but boy were they doozies. I get the stick reference now. For some reason I had in my mind, because I had seen stick memes before. I mean, like, I think they're a little unavoidable. So I knew about the stick thing somewhat. But I didn't know the context. And I had it completely in my mind that it had something to do with Kaladin. I don't know where I got the idea that it had anything to do with Kaladin, but I was under the impression that she was telling Kaladin to become fire. I don't know where I got that idea. Anyway, that's not what it is. The stick is not, in fact, Kaladin, although I'm sure I could find some sort of analogy to make there. In fact, the stick is a stick. But it's fun to be in on the joke, you know. I get the crab thing now, although less so, because it's just whatever, he made crabs. But there's that. I still don't believe Yasna's dead, not for a second. Anything else about her other than she's kind of trying to figure out how to have power, good for her. Not really much else going on there. Kaladin, however, won. Sigil, and his whole like scientific experimentation, bless him. He's like, there are too many variables I can't control for, and it's like, you do with what you can. I mean, dude, you do with what you can. You do, okay, this is what he can do with a diamond chip, and then you repeat that a few times, and yeah, sure, there's gonna be variation because maybe the diamond chips aren't perfect, but like, come on, you can at least try. He just kind of gave up. Anyway, but it was cute. That was a cute scene. And Amaram's back. For some reason, I thought he was already there. It just hadn't been drawn attention to. Like, maybe he was with one of the other princes. But no, Amaram just showed up. I'm looking forward to an eventual Kaladin-Amaram showdown. I'd be really disappointed if we don't get it. And I assume this is how eventually Kaladin will get a Shardblade, because like, come on, you really think I'm gonna sit here and believe that Kaladin never gets a Stormblade or a Shardblade? Yeah, okay. So maybe we eventually get a showdown between the two of them. And I could be for it, but I do think it's gonna throw some strife between Dalinar and Kaladin, because, you know, Dalinar seems to trust Amaram, and clearly that's going to be something that's not going to sit well with Kaladin, obviously, for very good reasons. Will he bring it up to Dalinar? I don't think so. Will Amaram notice Kaladin and say something about Kaladin to Dalinar? Seems a little more likely. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. So I'm pretty excited to see how that pans out. I've been told the interludes are very fun. That is what I was told, word for word. The interludes are fun. I think that's what it, you know what, don't quote me, I'm quoting him. Anyway, that was too much water. So that's about where I'm at. So I will let you know how the interludes go, and that's that. I did laundry, and there's laundry on my normal seat. Good enough. Okay. Finished the interludes. My bookmark's in the wrong spot, but I finished the interludes, and boy, is there a lot to unpack in these. So let's just go quickly one at a time. All right. So the first one is Narok, which was the first of the listeners we got. Oh my God, that's so exciting one. I'm glad we have another name for them, because Parshendi or meant like something terrible. I don't remember exactly what, but I remember in the beginning of Way of Kings, like he talks about that, and whatever it was super, I didn't like it. It was like dull man or stupid or other or something like that, and I was like, I don't want to use that for them. So I'm glad we have another name for them, and I will be calling them listeners from now on, because I respect cultural choices. Anyway, so it was really interesting. I don't remember, other than like learning about the listeners, I don't know if there was a lot in there, but it was cool. The next one was Im, which was, oh gosh, I don't even remember this one. Oh, it's the shoe guy. He was sweet, but all that shows is that like there are other people that have bonded with Spren. But who's this creepy guy, Justice? Is he? Give me a second. No, it's not him. Dang it. I know it's been referenced before. Maybe it was referenced in Dalinar's visions as like one of the other gods, or maybe Kaladin's thing when he wrote the storm. Justice, the name Justice, like capital J, has been referenced before, and I'm just not sure in terms of what. So that's interesting. The third one was Risen, who was that traitor. We got traitor, like trades goods, not traitor as in betrays people. And she's crazy, and I love her, and I'm wondering if she's the one Ben hinted when we did our like Way of Kings discussion. Ben mentioned something about a character that he really likes that we've already met, and I'm wondering if it's her. And if it is, I'm okay with it because I love her. She's just so, I don't know, she's so cool. So I like her. I mean, she's bonded to his friend now. So, is she number 9? And then the last one is The Last Legion, which was another listener. God, I think it's so fascinating the way they communicate. I knew they communicated with song. Like, it was so obvious they communicated with song. I don't understand why it took all of the Alethi so long to figure that out. They're always humming. They seem to be able to sing in tune to each other. Anyway, and gosh, it was cool, and it's so interesting. And they have this whole thing where like gems can capture Spren, and they specifically mentioned doing it during high storms. So does that mean that the stormlight that is stored in spheres are just Spren? I don't know, but I'm super into this. The interludes are honestly some of my favorite parts because I love just hearing about the world, and it's just like they haven't. So it's clear that the listeners know something. I hope you guys can't hear my dishwasher too bad. Anyway, it's clear that the Parshendi the listeners know something about their history, what they used to be, and they have these different forms. So clearly, like, Voidbringers are just one of their other forms. So that's really interesting. It's just something to do with them bonding with Spren, because we had in Dalinar's one vision that the Spren are corrupted. There was that like thing about Spren being corrupted, so I'm starting to put pieces together, and I'm really interested about it. Yeah, let me think. Do I have any big predictions at the end of part 1 here? Not really. I'm just kind of excited now. It's pretty clear that peace isn't gonna happen. I know the one listener wanted peace, and that's why she's trying to talk to Dalinar, but yeah, there's one thing, and this is kind of a dumb thing that was really bugging me when I was listening to the interludes last night, was the weird emphasis on gender that was happening. Like, the first listener perspective, there was like a moment where it specifically like highlighted the fact that she looked around, there were both males and females, and it's like, why do you gotta say that? One, we've already like shown and talked about the fact that like the listeners have men and women in their armies, and I don't know, maybe I'm just being sensitive, but like I get kind of this like kind of tweak of annoyance anytime something like that is specified, because like there's just the binary of it. And that was weird. And then the whole like weird thing, and I think it was Risen's chapter about what was it? Something like there's, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about like neither male nor female but both. I mean, there was the whole king thing, which I actually was so down for. Like, king doesn't have to be a gender term. Love it. But there was something else about like neither male nor female nor I don't know, it just, maybe I was just in a weird mood last night, but the gender stuff that was going on in the interludes gave me a little pause. Anyway, those are my thoughts for part 1 of Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. If you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts as I go, make sure you hit subscribe so you can see when the next video is out. They should be coming out weekly-ish, provided I don't get swamped with schoolwork. Hit a like if you're into this. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking of my ideas. Please don't spoil anything. I will be further than this by the time this video is posted, but people watching might not, so mark any spoilers, please. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.